Hello and welcome. You tune into Market Fatafat with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me is Asheshad for you. In the next 1 hour, we'll take you through all the stocks that are in focus today, either on the back of news flow or on the back of technical charts. But first up, let's take stock of how the market is shaping up, Ashesha. At this juncture, we did have a tepid start. We did manage to recover. We are holding above the 24,500, but as of now, we've turned very, very flat, both on Nifty and Nifty Bank as well.
Indeed, absolutely flat as we speak. Nifty is up by just about 10 odd points. 24,511 is where Nifty is currently trading. In fact, it has now slipped into the red, the 1 week chart that is for you. Nifty Bank should also come up for you on your screens. That one is also absolutely flat in trade today. 53,829 is where it is currently trading. In terms of individual stocks, we have M&M, that one is down 3%. Apollo Hospitals, Infosys, Eternal, JSW Steel, all of them sitting with cuts of nearly 1 to 3 odd % in trade today. On the gaining side though, we have Shriram Finance, ITC, Trent, BEL, all of them gaining in excess of 1 to 1.5%. So that's how the market setup is looking like for today. But Ankita, let's get started with all the stocks that are buzzing in trade.
Absolutely. Let's get started with all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. And for that, we are now joined by Kunal Shah, who is the Senior Technical and Derivative Analyst, Mirae Asset Share Khan, who's now joining us on the technicals, and Ravinder, who's joining us from the research team. And the first stock that's in focus today is CG Power. The subsidiary of CG Semi has launched its first outsourced semiconductor assembly and test facility in Gujarat, making it one of the country's first fully serviced semiconductor assembly and testing providers. Now, this is supported by government initiatives and backed by technology partners Renesas and Stars Microelectronics. The company plans to invest almost 7,600 crores over the next 5 years to set up advanced manufacturing units. On the back of that, CG Power is up and away in an otherwise a tepid market. It's gaining in trade up more than 4.5% right now.
Okay, so that's CG Power for you. The stock is up 4.5% in an otherwise tepid market. But let's put the spotlight on the pharma sector then. And Kunal, you've picked up Cipla for us. This one is also up 0.6%, 1590 from the current level. Where do you see the stock headed?
I think overall in this volatile markets, what we have seen that Cipla has been resilient and it has been forming a high bottom formations on technicals. So the relative strength is clearly visible. The lower end support for the stock is at 1540, which should be a stop loss on the downside. And on the higher end, I am expecting the stock to go towards 1640 to 1660.
That's the view coming in on Cipla, but let's also put the spotlight on Hindustan Zinc, which continues to remain in focus. Now remember, silver prices in the global market have shot up to a 14-year high level. In fact, they are now trading at near $39 per ounce mark. And remember, Hindustan Zinc generates nearly 20% of its revenue from silver. And that is precisely the reason Hindustan Zinc is in focus today. Now, as I mentioned, COMEX silver prices are at 14-year high levels. Fed is expected to cut rates in the month of September, and any kind of rate cut will be a positive for lower yielding assets like precious metals, including silver. And safe haven demand is likely to resume in the global market on account of the kind of disruption that we are seeing on the geopolitical front. So several factors continue to remain at play for silver, and that is the reason Hindustan Zinc is in focus. In fact, not just Hindustan Zinc, NMDC, Vedanta and all of those jewelry players which are impacted because of the kind of moves that we are seeing in global silver market are also in focus. On the back of that, Hindustan Zinc at 422, up marginally as we speak.
All right, so Hindustan Zinc in focus in the back of that news flow. But Ravinder, you picked up Clean Sciences for us. Tell us what's the news flow here. A brokerage candidate, take us through what the brokerage note says.
Well, yes, on the back of positive brokerage note, Clean Science and Technology is in focus, where Kotak Security has come out with their note, and they have upgraded the stock to buy from reduce and with target price rupees 1370 as compared to earlier target price rupees 1380. They say that the risk rewards ratio now looks favorable for the Clean Science and Technology, and the stock has fallen over 20% in just a month following the founding family's 24% stake sale. So now concluded, therefore Kotak Security now find the risk reward more attractive, considering the company's healthy pipelines of growth projects, and they make the modest tweaks to estimate based on the incremental disclosure. So back of this positive brokerage note, Clean Science and Technology is in focus, and the stock is holding a gain of more than 2%.
Okay, so that's Clean Science and Tech for you. The stock is up 2%, but let's also put the spotlight on Hindalco. Kunal, at 704, what do technical indicators suggest for this mining company?
I think Hindalco again has some of the benefits of silver prices as well, and we expect the dollar index that's to correct with the rate cut coming in, and that is where you will see metals doing well. And Hindalco has been one of the stock which has been one of the outperformer from the metal space. So I think it's any dip is a good opportunity to add Hindalco to your portfolio. The support for the stock on the downside is placed at 670. I'm expecting targets of 750 to 770 on the higher end in the September series.
All right, moving on from Hindalco on the charts to Bajaj Finserv, that is in focus on the back of a note by Jefferies. Now, Jefferies is maintaining a buy call with a target price of 2,420. Jefferies says that that the management, the team of Bajaj Finserv, for a roadshow and the US, and they met them in the US, and the management targets for Bajaj Finserv are to see customer franchise, top line, and profits grow at a 15 to 22% CAGR over the next 5 years. Now, Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance Company will target improving margins to match the peers, and Bajaj Allianz General Insurance Company aims to sustain over 15% earnings growth, and other platforms will achieve scale. They expect the BFS to grow core earnings at a 22% CAGR over FY25-28, and the valuations are considered reasonable. On the back of that, Jefferies is maintaining a buy call on Bajaj Finserv. On the back of that, Bajaj Finserv is in focus today, right now turned absolutely flat.
But one more stock that is gaining in an otherwise weak market is Escorts Kubota from the auto sector. In fact, as we speak, the stock is up nearly 2.5%. And remember, auto sector in any case is in focus ahead of auto sales data, which is expected to be released over the weekend and on Monday. But Kunal, on the technicals, what do you see for this counter?
See, I think auto as a space has been buzzing, and Escorts have been one of the stock which has been down. And now I think the risk to reward ratio is favorable on the long side, where on the lower end the support is placed at 3,300, which is the demand zone for the stock. And I am expecting this rally on the higher end to continue towards 3,800, 3,900 level on the upside. So Escort remains a buy. I think a good stock to accumulate at the current levels.
All right. That is Escort Kubota on the charts. But in the world where young professionals are chasing career goals with the relentless ambitions, financial planning often takes a backseat. Now, this week, a special episode of SBI Mutual Fund presents Bharat Nivesh, Behtar Nivesh, Behtar Kal, shines the spotlight on the need for early investing and disciplined wealth creation amongst young professionals. Joining the conversation are Nidhi Chawla, Fund Manager, SBI Mutual Fund, and Kavita Menon, Founder, Probitus Wealth, sharing practical insights on how SIPs and mutual funds can help young earners build a secure financial future. For the complete discussion and expert advice on building wealth the smart way, tune in at 6:30 p.m. today or Saturday at 4:30 p.m. And well, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll get you more buzzes on the other side. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Market Fatafat, and this is a show where we discuss all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. Markets are absolutely flat, but remember, all eyes are on Reliance Industries AGM. We'll cover all that and more in greater detail. But let's also talk about a whole host of brokerage counters and exchanges that continue to remain in focus. BSE and Angel One in particular, on the back of some latest data that has come in with respect to F&O volumes. In fact, SEBI says that premium option turnover in the month of July declined by as much as 2% on BSE and 3% on NSE on a year-on-year basis. So some negative news flow coming in where because of the kind of moves that we are seeing and the kind of actions that are being taken by regulators, volumes of F&O have come down, and that continues to impact exchanges, which includes BSE and all other capital marketplaces as well. Angel One is also sitting with a cut today.
All right, so all the entire capital market theme is in focus in the back of that. But Kunal, you have also picked up BSE for us on the charts. BSE has seen considerable correction in the last 1 month, a 15% correction coming in on BSE. What do you see in the charts from here on? Is it a good buy on dips, because the long-term structure for BSE is a positive one? So is it time to get into the counter? What is penciled in for the charts?
I think for the charts, I penciled in that there's some more correction left into the stock on the downside. Now the 200 DMA for the stock is placed at 2064. So we expect that to be tested on the downside. Probably from those levels, you can witness some pullback coming back into the stock. And again, you will see the selling pressure coming back. So for us, the larger term trend has been on the downside for the stock. Already in the last four trading sessions, in fact, we have witnessed correction. So this could go towards 2064, 2050, and on the downside. So that's a short-term negative. Probably that is the 200 DMA will take some support, witness some pullback, and again we'll see the down move continuing towards the mark of 1900 to 1800 levels on the downside.
Okay, so that's BSE for you, and the stock is down nearly 10% this week so far. But let's also put the spotlight on Dr. Agarwal's health. Rabinder, the stock is in focus on the back of a Motilal Oswal report. Tell us, what do they have to say on this?
Well, yes, Motilal Oswal has come out with a note on Dr. Agarwal, and they have maintained their buy rating with target price of rupees 530. Motilal says that the merger synergies to drive EPS acceleration for the company, and the proposed merger of Dr. Agarwal Eye Hospital and Dr. Agarwal Healthcare, the completion is expected to be in 12 to 24 months subject to approvals, and on pro forma basis, minority interest related to 28% of the public shareholding in Dr. Agarwal Eyes Hospital will be eliminated, and the transaction will be EPS accretive for AHCL by 5 to 7%. So for FY27. So back of this note, Dr. Agarwal is in focus. Though the stock, brokerage note was positive, but the stock is down 0.5%.
All right, moving on to the next counter, that is United Spirits. So that is in focus on the back of a note by Macquarie. Now, Macquarie is maintaining an underperformed rating on United Spirits with a target price of 1,250 rupees. Now, they've noted that Pernod India saw up to 9% sales growth in the month of June 2025 quarter. And the market share was rather flat against Pernod, although there were losses versus Radico Khaitan. Now, Pernod India expects tax increases in Maharashtra to significantly impact sales in the September ended quarter. On the back of that, Macquarie is maintaining an underperformed rating on United Spirits. On the back of that, United Spirits is in focus today, though it has picked up from the day's lows. In fact, it is trading in the green in an otherwise weak market. We are seeing gains of almost 2.2% coming in on United Spirits.
Okay, so that's United Spirits for you. The stock is up 2.5% in an otherwise tepid market. But Kunal, thanks so much for joining us and listing out a whole host of stocks that are buzzing in today based on technicals. On that note, we need to slip into a very short break. But remember, just a few minutes left for Reliance Industries AGM that is set to begin in just a few minutes from now. We'll try and get you exclusive coverage of that in just a minute. We'll slip into a short break and we'll be right back.